Alright, Arcane Season 2, Episode 8. 2 episodes to go, and as amazing as Episode 7 was, there is an unbelievable amount that still needs to happen in these last 2 episodes. We're basically still at the same point we were at the start of last episode. It's just now we're never gonna look at Jinx the same. Every time I see Echo, I'm probably just gonna get really sad. I'm still not entirely sure what happened to Heimer, but at least Echo has the Z drive now, so that opens up some possibilities about things to happen. So honestly, we'll just see what happens. I thought there was a lot that needed to happen in 3 episodes. Now with only 2 left, I really have no idea and I'm really thrown off. But I think it's time to see the aftermath of what happened at the end of episode 6 with Isha and Vanda. What's that going to do to Jinx? What's that going to mean for everything that was going on? Give me Victor back. Give me Mel. Give me the Black Rose. You know, it's time for all that to start happening. There it is. Back to Vi and Jinx. They really did that to us last episode. Okay, where in the world are we? Black Rose! This is already a great start. She going Super Saiyan! I got nothing. That was absolutely epic though. Hey, yo! Dude, look at her. She's like transformed.
Drink the moment, Malmadada. There is no time like your first.
Who?
We each have our own expressions. Yours is quite rare. An empath.
Empath?
Able to sense others' inner selves and bend their magic.
Even now you hide your true face behind illusions.
Truth is the greatest illusion of them all.
I think beneath that mask you're scared. I can see through your tricks. That makes me a threat.
Your power has merit.
But should one want you dead, a simple blade would do nicely.
This whole charade. You want to recruit me?
Yeah.
The Arcane is waking up.
What has my mother done?
A calamity is approaching, rivaling even the ancient rune wars. Ambassa sits at the helm, blinded by her thirst for legacy. We can't afford another failure.
This is what you see in me? A silver bullet?
I see salvation of your city.
Well, this is interesting.
For all her faults, she has always done what she thought was best for the family.
Today, you've been born into a new family. Those untouched by the Arcane fear us.
I think this is good for Mel.
The world is a perilous place for a solitary maid. Sister.
Okay, so this is clearly got to be LeBlanc. Like, she's got the same marks under her eyes that we saw, I think, in episode 5 or 6. I can't remember now. But this is such a different perspective. It could be that Ambessa, you know, in her, is potentially going to eventually do to Piltover what Jace saw. Maybe. This is just where my head went. And the Black Rose has been trying to stop what the Arcane can potentially do. And we've seen that now. So through all this time, there's every chance the Black Rose has been trying to do a good thing, but it's so funny the perspective we view it as from Ambessa's point of view, and then when it kidnaps Mel. Ooh, but Mel is she's out here now and she is a mage. Let's talk about it. Rip. See, I was wondering about this. Like, obviously the fighting stopped, but what actually caused the fighting to stop? Jesus, look at this. Oh, yeah, okay.
We do not lament a warrior's death. We avenge it.
She is a demon.
The blood should sustain Victor for a short while. Beyond that, it is up to his own will.
Ugh. The final glorious evolution.
Your ingenuity deserves praise.
Victor.
I am
Grateful.
Oh shit.
You can inhabit your followers.
We are one. This is the glorious evolution.
This will allow you to evolve others.
In theory.
Oriana.
I will deliver you to this anomaly if you agree to empower every soldier I bring you.
Oh, it's so different now. Like Victor and Ambessa? You know, this is what Mel needs to stop. What Jay saw. Now I'm thinking, are these gonna look like what Jay saw in his future? Jinx is gone for sure. Oh, it's like this is what Jinx saw. Only Isha. I think these are the first lines Loris has spoken.
All the three doctors patch you up.
Really playing that Vander role right now, hey?
Loris,
Wasn't sure you'd pull through.
Kate's room.
where are the others? Kate, Jinx.
Caitlin wanted to be here to tell you herself.
Spit it out.
I mean, she's alive. Calm down.
Arrested?
Arrested.
If you will just calm down for one...
Even knowing you'd never have done the same for her.
We'll never know, will we?
Oh,
Clearly the right call, since you still can't trust her enough not to shove her in a box.
Trust? She wasn't there for my benefit. She was there because you didn't trust me to follow through.
no.
Can you blame me? How long were you sidled up with that shifty, self-serving war pig? She oinked poison in your ear and you just ate it.
I know!
Well, here's the extra depth that I wanted from this. This needed to happen. You
the
both
only thing
f***ed
Jinx
up.
cared about was getting you to safety. Then she just surrendered. I didn't even have time to think before they hauled her off.
Damn, I didn't think Jinx would react like that.
Kate, she's changed.
She has, man. If that's what's happened.
We can't erase our mistakes. None of us.
She's right, though.
Who decides who gets a second chance?
Yeah, yeah. Ooh, juicy, 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 juicy. Oh, this conversation is going to go wild.
If you're here to kill me, make sure to finish the job.
Oh, I didn't expect this at all.
Vi thinks you've changed.
She can't accept what you and I know. There are no happy endings.
Breaking the fourth wall.
No amount of good deeds can undo our crimes.
Do what you came here to do.
Hating you. I've hated myself. I just don't have the energy for it any longer.
I didn't know your mom was there.
Oh, here it is.
Probably wouldn't have made a difference, but I didn't know.
It wasn't personal. There are no sense to these things. That's what Mel said. Wow. Oh, these last two episodes, bro. Who is this Jinx? I wonder where these two stand now. They're both so changed, man.
You're the reason we didn't die in the attack.
Apparently so.
How long have you known?
It started then.
Oh, well, apparently you can go back and see that.
I still don't fully understand.
Oh,
Why just me? Why not save all of them?
she didn't know.
It wasn't a decision.
How can I know you aren't lying to me?
Why would you think I am?
Because you used me and Victor for Hex Tech.
Two brilliant young inventors who shared a penchant for impossible surprises, carrying magic from myth to machine.
Oh, this is from Victor.
Allow us a moment of civility, Jace.
This is a big moment, though, all of this. No one knew it was going to come to this, you know?
I would have shown you the merits of my work. Our work.
No, this is your obsession.
I think Victor might be a bit gone, man. But I don't think it's Victor's fault, it's the Arcane, right?
The Arcane stirs within you.
Stay away from the Hex Gates.
Fear clouds your judgment.
Victor's right there.
The glorious evolution is destined.
He was talking about fate, a destination.
My partner died in this room.
Ooh, yep. Episode 1 this season.
It was my sincere desire to avoid this.
Yeah, this ain't Victor. would have thought this is what we'd be doing in Arcane. Bro, Jason, Victor, and Mel, look how far we've come, man. Look what we're doing.
You may begin the process.
It looks like Silco.
You're too late.
Oh, it's a hell of a place. It says something about the late Marcus that he found imprisoning your sister to be a greater mercy than killing her. Killing is a cycle. One that started long before Vanda and me, and that will continue long after the two of you.
Such is the theme of a lot of these shows.
We build our own prisons. Bars forged of oaths, codes, commitments. We inhabit these cells, these identities, and call them us.
Dude, Silco's spitting. And it's crazy that Silco's the one that Jinx sees. Well, it makes sense though.
I think the cycle only ends when you find the will to walk away.
Jinx? If you come, help use all that explosive potential of yours for good, maybe we could rewrite your story like you did with Zahn. What do you think?
It's not gonna happen.
Sure, Vi.
I'm not getting sucked into this. I want it to happen.
You're never gonna give up on me, are you?
She did for a little bit, but...
Hey! You don't have to worry about me anymore. You deserve to be with her.
Oh, shit.
There's no good version of me.
I've seen it, man. I saw it.
Break the cycle.
Break the cycle. What's she gonna do? Silco told her to walk away.
This blood is alien to me. Yet it has dictated the course of my entire life.
Yeah, it's Black Rose.
I'm no more than a passenger.
There is no force in this world that can control you.
Specifically Mel.
You will never be a passenger.
Yeah. Use what you've got, Mel. Make it your own. Did I see Savika up here? Yeah.
Quiet! Forgive me. A storm is coming.
Oh shit.
The likes of which Piltover, perhaps Runeterra itself, has never faced.
First Runeterra name drop. Bro, it's gonna be everyone here versus Ambessa?
This creature infiltrated the very room you're standing in. And we barely survived.
Just one.
This isn't a fight for ideals or territory. It's a fight for humanity itself. Every one of you, top side and bottom, to aid us in this coming war. And it will be a war.
Oh, it will be, brother. This is a good parallel to season 1 on the bridge with the lights.
Our only hope.
But it's not the Undercity this time, it's the
We
Arcane.
need every hand we can get.
I'm so sorry. Who is this?
If you choose to flee, don't stop running. But I'm choosing to fight.
Ah, okay, I see what we're doing with this guy. Don't blame people from running from this, to be honest. It's crazy. It's a really, really big tone shift though, all of this. I keep wondering if in my head, what Jace saw was an eventuality last episode, but there's no way. That would be way too much. Wonder if that's the girl. But yeah, she's the one from last episode in the alternate universe. People coming to help? That gave me chills, man. With the music building, very symbolic this is. Episode 3, Season 1. Same thing. Same thing.
I might find you here.
Sorry, Episode 4.
I really believe she'd help.
She gonna do something, man. She gonna do something.
You told me so. I choose wrong every time. And because of it, I lost everyone.
Say
I
it.
really think I needed all the guards at the Hex Gates. Sorry to say, you've grown a bit predictable.
Oh shit! Not gonna lie, I didn't actually catch what she meant there. Hey, yo, they're going for it.
Listen, while you were gone, I saw
Did she mean
Kate,
there's no one else here?
I don't fucking care.
Oh, they're doing it all, man. They're doing it all. Because who knows what's gonna happen after this, man. Damn, they're not messing around with this, man. Okay, we got there. We might be getting some things out of the way before the finale here.
You're alive.
Oh, it's not gonna be like that.
I know about the Black Rose.
You know a facade.
Immediately
They're nothing
changes.
but lies. I pray you never suffer the agony of being forced to forsake one child to save another.
Ah.
Piltover has nothing to do with your feud. Board your boats. Leave our shores. I will join you. We can avenge Kino together.
Ooh, no, I like this. It's not gonna happen, but I like it.
Their very nature violates the most core of Noxian principles. That every one of us is equal on the battlefield. Cunning, sweat, and steel.
Damn.
We shape our destinies. The fact you've come to parlay for your friends' lives prove you still lack the wrath necessary to defeat an enemy like the Rose.
This is within Mel's character though.
I've found another way.
She might be talking about Arcane. But the flashback we saw of Ambessa and Mel in season 1, Mel was like this then too. It's not right. Ambessa's such an interesting character.
You may begin the process.
Oh, this finale is going to absolutely slap.
I guess this is goodbye.
I thought we were getting to this.
Thank you very much for your company in my solitude, Miss Young.
It's like the last of Victor, like actually fading away.
I will miss our talks.
No. You won't.
That's a lot. It won't be him. My final form. He said Vander was the key, the mind. Ain't gonna be any mind left anymore. I think he's gone. Oh, I thought something like that might happen. Bro, it almost looked like he's merged with like the Warwick, like Vander kind of thing. There was a lot of imagery going on there. The final glorious evolution might be something completely different. All right, everything's set up. It's going to be an absolute tragedy. It's going to be insane. I don't know how they're going to get it all done in one episode. How long is the episode? It's 50 minutes, but it won't be 50. It'll be more like 45. Okay. Alrighty, so outside of Echo, we've paid attention to pretty much every character here, setting up to finalize all of the character arcs in this epic finale, and it was really good. There's some really good stuff in here, a lot of full circle moments, like getting some things out of the way. There was actually a lot here, so I might spend some time in this episode, we'll see. So I forgot to shout out the episode title, Killing as a Psycho, before I started the episode, but I know when Silco started talking to Jinx, I knew he was gonna say it. But right off the bat, we get Mel going through this crazy transformation. Like, it seems like she's always been able to do this. What I'm gonna do is go back right to episode 1 of this season, because I actually heard whispers of this, of Mel potentially saving everyone. Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, there's all these particles going around, and that can just be played off for like there was just this massive explosion. But as Jace and Mel converse later on, Mel had no idea what she was doing. It just happened. She didn't even know she did it. And that also applies to Jace. Him and Victor, they didn't know all of this was going to happen. They were trying to improve everyone's lives. That's the back and forth that they have in the council room, and it's very deep, if you will. But I love this setup at the start with Mel and the Black Rose. So my understanding of the situation, I could have missed some stuff about this. Ambessa's got mixed up with the Black Rose. There is every chance, of course, that the Black Rose is scared that Ambessa's going to use Mel to destroy the Black Rose. I think that's very valid. That's one reason why the Black Rose would want Mel on their side. But the Black Rose uses the example of Arcane existing in Hextech, and now what Ambessa has done with the help of Singed, creating this Arcane army, which I just never thought, I didn't think we'd be here. So to be honest, well played by the Black Rose. Getting to Mel this way and playing off her nature, I guess, as a person to help see reason. Now, I think Mel brings up a fantastic point to Ambessa, saying, let's leave Piltover, they've got nothing to do with this, and she's absolutely right. This is Ambessa coming here to try and get Hextech, which she now has, to defeat the Black Rose. But I love this conversation leading to, you know, that flashback early in season 1, where Mel was trying to be lenient towards, you know, the woman that Ambessa had captured, who Ambessa eventually killed. I was wondering if that was who the Black Rose was appearing as, or it was Mel's assistant, I've forgotten her name, and then Ambessa in nature as a Medada, as a Noxian, saying Mel still lacks that wrath to actually deal with the Rose. It's almost like Mel came to this conclusion after her conversation with Jace. You know, Jace saying she could never be a passenger. There's no force that can control Mel. Black Rose is trying to control Mel, Ambessa's trying to control Mel, but Mel's trying to do what she feels is right. She said through all of Ambessa's faults, she's still her mother, she's still done what's best for the family, but it makes sense as to why Mel's come to the conclusion, like, let's leave Piltover, fight the Black Rose together. I kind of like that, but I still actually don't know if the Black Rose is bad or not. Very interesting. I love where that's taken me. We're going to see some epic stuff about that next episode for sure. Now, Victor, look, man, Victor is gone. The Victor that we know, Jace killed what was left of him, I think in episode 6, but I like what Jace said in that Victor, his partner, died in the council room, you know, when the explosion happened, right before Jace, you know, merged the anomaly, the hex core with him. So none of this, I think, is Victor. It's the Arcane, right? Maybe even the Arcane playing off of Victor's nature a little bit, trying to save people, save lives. Like, you can see a little bit of that. But right now, Victor's gone, especially at the end of the episode. I promise you, whatever he is now, it's not the Victor that we all knew and loved. I enjoy him saying goodbye to Sky. It's just, he says he'll miss the company, he'll miss the talks. I think that's like the last little bit of Victor like really disappearing, and then Sky saying, no, you won't. He won't miss it because he's not gonna be there. He's not him anymore. You have to acknowledge how much these Arcane, you know, kind of robotic looking soldiers resemble Oriana, you know? I would love to see like actual Oriana. I don't think we will, but this is enough, especially the one that Victor takes control of to go confront Jason Mel. That whole scene was wild, by the way. Like look at what our characters have become. Jace was just this humble little science nerd trying to create magic, and now he's got this alien hammer. Mel was essentially just a businesswoman trying to help pave the way for the future, and now she is a half mage, all of this power. Victor was this dying man who just wanted to do good, and now he's controlling these Arcane soldiers, and he's effectively a god. Bro, how did we get here? Vi, Caitlyn, Jinx, and not Maddie because she's out of the picture now. I did not expect this reaction from Jinx immediately. I think it's coming though, what we did expect. I think that's kind of set up, and I think Jinx is going to die. I don't want her to die though, man. Not after episode 7. So she's absolutely distraught, which is completely understandable because of Isha and Vanda. Don't get it twisted. Everything was like looking so good. And then in Arcane's fashion, who said the line? Was it Jinx? It was Jinx, wasn't it? There are no happy endings. Jinx said it herself, man. But she speaks to 3 people. She speaks to Kate, and then Silco, and then Vi. I really enjoyed her interaction with Kate. Kate's come down here like, look, there's still this part of her that is just reeling from her mother. And of course, Kate's conversation with Vi before this, all about second chances and just how much Caitlyn and Vi have both, I guess, betrayed one another, and now they're pretty much giving each other a second chance, you know? Who decides the second chances? Like is it them? Like who are they to do that? No amount of good can undo our crimes. Like, I get it from Caitlyn's perspective, but you could argue that Caitlyn joining up with Ambessa is what has potentially led to what's about to come, you know? And I'm sure you could say the same about some things that Vi has done. Everyone's guilty in some ways here. If we're just going to talk about who's more guilty, then, you know, I think we should have a different conversation. Because obviously Jinx would be the most guilty. But we're really pushing that second chances theme, and I don't think it's going to happen. It would be great It would be fantastic. It's all anyone wants, but I don't think it's going to happen. Jinx was on this at the start of the season, you know? Anyone she gets close to, you know what happens. And it's just happened one too many times. Isha was the thing bringing everything together. Vanda, now it's all gone again. Potentially any part of Powder that was coming back might actually be gone now, and it's tragic. Oh, she said there's no good version of her, man. Maybe not in this timeline, but we all saw it, and Riot are freaking dickheads for it. Maybe Echo can come back and I don't know. But I really like Jinx saying to Caitlyn, look, she didn't know her mother was there. Granted, yeah, probably wouldn't have made a difference given the situation at the time, but for what it's worth, it wasn't personal, you know? I'm glad they've had that little moment. It makes me feel like they might not have another moment, which would suck because I still think there's a little bit more to happen between Kate and Jinx. And she sees Silco, of all people. Like, as Jinx, Silco is easily the most influential person. Like, as Jinx, that's her father figure. As Powder, it's Vanda. Silco's voice actor is so iconic, by the way. I'm so glad they really brought him back to have some really impactful lines here. So Jinx still has a gemstone, you know? She's been keeping it on her, and I love that Silco's eye is blue here. It's not like affected by Shimmer, it's almost like it's affected by Hextech. And it's really fitting because Silco is saying some of the most impactful shit he said in the whole show. He's really being a different character here. He's being like an actual guide to Jinx as the character we potentially want her to be. Not as Jinx, the character that, you know, she has been up to this point, if you will. Killing is a cycle, you know? Big theme in a lot of these shows. I mentioned it during the episode. Attack on Titan's, you know, an obvious one. It was there long before Silco and Vanda. It'll be there long after all of this. Walking away, man. Walking away. And all this, we build our own prisons talk as well. It's so true, man. We make up all these rules and ideologies and things we have to follow in our heads, and then, you know, we get stuck in that. But it becomes part of who you are, you know? And walking away from who you are, who you've built yourself as, is so difficult. And Silco talking about, you know, he thought it was the people around him that was trapping him, but it was himself. He tried to eliminate those people, and it wasn't it. And look where that got him. But I hope Jinx takes this to heart. Like, these rules that she's made about herself, anyone that gets close to her, they die. Maybe that's why she's walked away from Vi. But that's not walking away from the rule, though. Oh, dude, it's a lot. It's a lot. Vi's never gonna give up on her. Like, she did at the start of this season, but it's almost like Jinx showed Vi that there is still a part of her in there. Vi still believes at this point that there is a good part of Jinx, that part that we all saw in episode 7. But Jinx is gonna do something, man. She's locked Vi up and walked away, almost like, I don't want you to be a part of whatever's going to happen. I think Jinx is she's gonna die, man. I think she's gonna go out in some crazy, it just makes too much sense. Like, how does the world go on if Jinx is still alive? And it's just gonna be the opposite of the timeline that Echo saw. It's gonna be Jinx dead, not Vi. I don't know, we'll have to see. And then talk about tone shifts, man. Like, it's not Piltover versus the Undercity anymore. It's everyone versus the Arcane, like humanity versus the Arcane. And it's not just about Piltover and Zorn. Like, Jace is talking about Rune Terror. I think it's the first time they name drop Rune Terror, which is really cool. But, you know, it's bigger than the conflict that's been there, you know, since the start of the show. It's just insane how much the gravity of everything has changed now. Jace is trying to rally everyone together. Like, even Savik is there, like, representing the Undercity. Like, Scar's there as well, like, representing the Firelights. I love the parallel to season 1 where they're setting up the bridge to check everyone coming from the Undercity. But this time we're accepting people from the Undercity and we're getting ready for, like the invasion, like the Ambessa, Arcane invasion, dude. And then look, Vi and Kate. Now look, what a steamy scene, man. They didn't hold a lot back from that, you know? It's what the people have wanted, man. They gave us a little taste in episode 3, but they've gone all the way with it. You know, like I was saying, get it out of the way. You know, we've had this happen, and now it's time for some tragedy and some epic fighting. But what a scene. Now, my understanding of this. So, first of all, Vi is just absolutely distraught. It's like she was on her Jinx a little bit here, saying like, you know, she's losing everyone because she's always making the wrong choice. It's very easy to see that from her perspective because she's just looking at this like for Jinx. She just wants her sister back, her family back, and like now that she can't have that, she's putting everything on herself. But Caitlyn comes in here, and Caitlyn must have known that Vi would come down here for Jinx, and Caitlyn's gone, now let's get all the guards out of here. Let's send them to the Hex Gate so we can have some alone time. That's kind of hard, man. And then Caitlyn has to stop it to say, listen, I was with Maddie. Vi don't give a fuck, man. We're so past all of that. And this, coupled with the argument they have at the start of the episode, this was the extra depth I needed, especially from Caitlyn's side of things in episode 6. I'm really glad that was there. It's added all the missing context I need for these two. They've done a good job because there's so much to bounce around between. You kind of lose track of some things here and there, but this has really filled all of those holes for me. With these two, I'm happy. And then Mel goes to see Ambessa. I've talked about this conversation. I really enjoy how Ambessa, she's so happy to see that Mel's alive, and then she instantly changes character when Mel mentions the Black Rose. Ambessa is such an interesting character. I still can't put my finger on her. She's so devoted to like the Noxian way, the Medada way, protecting her family. I can see what she's saying here. Like, it seems like she was put into a position where she had to give up Kino to save Mel, which is tragic. I can sympathize with that. I'm going to choose to believe her there. But all this revenging and avenging talk, like she was on it at the start of the episode for, I think his name was Revik. No, that's Singe's name. I can't remember her guard's name. It is what it is. She was talking about avenging him, and now she's talking about getting revenge on the Black Rose for Kino. I can understand that. I really can. That's why I like Mel saying to Ambessa, let's leave Piltover and then go deal with that. Because getting Piltover and all of this Arcane stuff caught in the middle of her feud with the Black Rose is going too far. I love that you can sympathize in some ways with Ambessa, but she's clearly going too far. And Mel in some ways is the same. You can sympathize with Mel for wanting to do the right thing by Piltover, but at the end of the day, is siding with Ambessa the right thing to do? Well, maybe it is, because it gets Piltover out of harm's way, people she cares about, like Jace. Very interesting. I'm really excited to see how they conclude all of this next episode. And these glowing green runic things she has, like you know, they've been showing them off the whole season. She's just heated them up and strapped them to her arm. Like, I want to see some stuff with this. Like, you know it's going to be good. We're still yet to really see Ambessa actually throw down in an extended fight. We've seen glimpses. We know she's a demon, but show me some of what she can really do, man. Like, she's a bit of a demon in League, so hey, talk to me. And then the final scene of the episode, like, it's just visually it's just amazing. It's just crazy that we've come this far. I might not get this exactly right, but we know Singed was talking about Vander being the key here. Like, it was always the mind that Singed was struggling with here, but Vander potentially showed Singed that Vander's mind was the key. So has Singed replaced Victor's with Vander's mind? Because all this imagery, like, Victor is gone, like clearly, like, even if it's just figuratively, there's all this symbolism and imagery around it, and then Vander's memories, it's like they're being burned away. Well, maybe they're both gone then, they're probably both gone, but just what Vander is needs to be a part of what Victor is for this to happen, the final evolution, the combination of just about the pinnacle of Arcane in humanity in Victor, and then the pinnacle of what Singe has been able to create in Vander as Warwick. Because Vander, the thing that was holding his mind there, that image of Jinx, Powder, Vi, Milo, and Claggett burns away, and then that image of Vander burns away. And it really looked like, you know, Victor was becoming wolf-like. Dude, that's just not something I was expecting. But through all of this, for them to be raising this army of people that Victor came down here to save, like, you know it's morally wrong, but it's really giving what Jace saw. I did mention maybe that was going to be an eventuality. It won't be. I think it's a possibility, you know? It's not going to be what happens. And Echo might even be the thing that stops that from being the end result here. I reckon there's a chance that Jace might get to that point where he's about to, I don't even know, throw his hammer down and just absolutely destroy everything. Or maybe the Arcane's about to take over, and then Echo changes something, I don't know. But here's the situation. It's everyone topside currently, Piltover, Zorn, everyone, versus Ambessa and this Arcane army. Holy shit. We got Jace, we got Kate, we got Vi, Echo's coming back, Mel is here. I don't know what side she's going to take on this. I imagine the Piltover side. Against Ambessa, whatever Victor, Vander, Warwick has become, Singed, the Noxian army, the Arcane army, and then there's Jinx. Jinx might be the thing that just, dude, she might just go out in an absolute blaze of glory, completely destroy the Arcane and all of this. I can see Ambessa dying, and Jinx is going to take herself out as well. And then we'll be back to square one, you know, before all of this started. Fuck me, it's going to be an absolute banger. I'm going to miss this show so much, and I'll talk more about this before we go into the finale. But this show, like, both seasons, like the 3 weeks that the episodes have been coming out, have just been so exciting for me always. So thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And as always, please continue to leave your comments and feedback down below. You know I always appreciate it. And we'll see you all in the next episode for the finale of Arcane.